In this video, we'll be looking at Trickle AI, yet another product that promises to take your idea to a functioning app. Over the course of 2 years now, we have seen a boom of a lot of products in the market that claim that you can take your idea to an app within seconds. And today we're going to look at one more product which has promised to do that. So let's go check it out. Here I am on their landing page, which is having a hero section that says dream big, build fast, transform every idea to a functioning reality. And then they have these options of popular prompts like landing page, chat assistant, market research survey, and so on. Also, I can see at the bottom they have community creations, which is interesting to see what people have done so far and gives you an idea of what can be done. So it is possible that they have created it themselves, or it could be those public projects that people have done over the course of time. The way I discovered Trickle AI was through their another product called First Version, where they plan to have these first versions generated by AI of certain popular products. For example, first version of Airbnb, first version of Google. So these kind of products were created and they had put it on Product Hunt, and that's how I discovered Trickle AI. Now, I had not heard about this product until that day on Product Hunt, and I thought of giving it a try to see what it looks like. By now, I have tried multiple products in this domain. Vercel is one of them, Lovable is another, and I have tried a couple others. You can see that on the channel. So I have like high expectations so far, considering I have already tried few of them. And so let's see what they do. For this demo, I'll be using the same prompt that I have used for Lovable V0 by Vercel, and to see and compare what kind of output do I get. So let's go ahead and copy that prompt, which is creating an order management tool for e-commerce website that sells candles. Now, it's a typical tabular format of view of all the orders, and you would build it like a dashboard for your operations team, which will have order details. It will have an option to mark it as shipped, and you can also see the statuses of all the orders. Now, one of the things that I have mentioned here, it should have pagination, and first 50 orders should be displayed. And what I'm expecting is a view that shows me a list of all orders with these actions that I have got here. Now I can see that they are using the Claude 3.5 Sonnet model. They also have an option to choose design, and yeah, I think this is interesting that they give me a choice to choose any of these. I'm going to go ahead with auto style to see what they suggest. Let's enter. Now, the UI is strikingly similar to what I saw in the previous products as well, like Lovable and Vercel, where you have a chat on one side and then you get a preview and the code on the other side. So it's a two-panel UI design, and I'm seeing that almost every product now is converging into this single UI design, where I've not seen any other UI so far. So I have a chat on one side and I have design on the other side, except for the interchanging of the placement, whether it's right or left hand side. So far, I can see Trickle AI is working on it. It has taken my prompt and it's doing all these things in the background. And I can see I have 5 messages remaining. So they have a pricing plan, which is every day, if you exhaust your 5 messages, then you have to wait for the next day. So it is free forever in that sense, but then you can quickly exhaust if you want to do some iterations on it. All right, this is what I get so far. I can see that it has completed its generation. This is what I have. To be honest, this is not the best output so far I have seen with other tools. And I want to quickly show you what do I mean by that. So let me give you a comparison to Lovable and Vercel and how they give me their first output. And mind you, I'm talking only about first output. If I prompt this AI to go ahead and give me the table with all the details, it will do so. Now let me show you what I got as first output in lovable.com and Vercel. So if I compare it with Vercel, first of all, I get to see all the details here. This is meant to give me a visual understanding of what this table would look like. So they have pre-populated certain data elements for each of the columns. And there is an option to mark as shipped, which is like a CTA at the end of it. And this is one way of showcasing what this dashboard would look like. If you compare that with Lovable, which is even better, right? I have some nice UI design. Then I also get a lot more details than compared to, let's say, this version. So I'm not sure whether I'm missing out something here. Typically, what I use these products for as a product manager is to get the prototypes in a stage where I can demo it to my team and my stakeholders. And the idea behind using these tools is to take an idea and say, well, we want auto management to happen in our company. So here's my idea. And without involving too many people ahead of time, I can quickly go here and start typing in my prompt and get some version out, and then show that to the stakeholders and say, let's talk about this. And if there are any requirement changes that happens, and I can just prompt it and see the output right away. But let me give it a shot and add some changes to this. So I will ask it to populate the data in this table, and let's see what it does. While it is generating, I can see that they have pretty standard view here. You can see the code. You also have an option to deploy it directly. So on the second prompt, when I actually asked it to populate the data, this is when I get this information. So at this point, this is making sense. I could use this information and show it to my stakeholders. Here, what I can see is they have got the most of the things correct. There is information on the statuses, so I can see an action button, mark as shipped, which is as per my prompt. And then also they have given me this pagination with enough data on the top here. Although I said first 50 results to be shown on first, and I think only Lovable was able to give me what I wanted in its exact prompt. And yeah, I have not seen any other product. Even Vercel failed to do something in my first prompt, and in the second one, it got it. So I have not seen a lot of product adhere to that first prompt, getting it right with utmost accuracy. Now, this is why I don't know if it could do in the second prompt, why it did not do in the first prompt. I'm not sure what was missing. Is it that I did not specify that I need data, or it simply chose not to? So I'm not sure why it did not do it in the first prompt at all. Now, this is like one of those tools, like any other tool that is out there doing similar thing. What will now differentiate it from the others is how much it is able to understand from a single prompt and take in all the context that it has and give me an output like this. I've deliberately chosen not to use a lot of jargons when giving a prompt here, because on a day-to-day basis, this is how I normally talk or normally discuss things with my stakeholders. Much of product managers' work is to get these ideas pitching all the time and to show what you are thinking of and bring your idea into these kind of apps here. The next stage for these kind of prototypes is typically discussing it with your stakeholders and trying to refine these requirements. Now, what seems like a single action here, it might conspire to maybe 3-4 actions. And as I prompted here, I could say, can you add another CTA next to mark as shipped? And that's what we want to do as product managers in these product review meetings and discuss them. Once we have finalized what these requirements will look like, it will follow its due course in the company. Once the requirements are clear, then it is easy to do the rest of the work, which is create your product requirement documents, go to the designer, go to the developer, and get it done. All these products that are coming out in the market are incredibly interesting. It has made the life of a product manager very easy. You can simply take an idea, show a prototype, go to the stakeholders, refine those requirements. You shorten that loop of feedback and you save some time with your design team, with your development team, and get the clarity early on, which is one of the main pain points of any product manager's life, which is to get requirements clarity early on so that you don't mess up later on in the cycle. And so with these kind of products, I am always testing out to see which one is the best. So far, my top preference is going to be Lovable, but there are other products out there that you might want to try out, and try to use these in your daily activity somehow, somewhere, and it will just speed up your process that you have today. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching.